Anybody got an autoimmune disorder out there? You ever wondered why they can't fix it? Okay, maybe I should get that other sign back here for a second. Where's your immune system? 80% of your immune system.
All right, here we go. As promised, today we're going to talk about frequencies. And I don't know if you guys follow this kind of stuff. Definitely piques my curiosities. Okay, I'm a firm believer, even in scripture and everything else, that we have frequencies all around us, help us with healing. That's why they talk about Bible, 100% linen. Today we're going to talk about EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies. I believe they are making you sick, and they're being weaponized at this moment. Dr. Jane Ruby says that we're being cooked slowly, courtesy of Dr. Henry Ely, who I'll talk to about in a second, who measured EMFs today.
Coming up, we are probably about a quarter mile outside, and we should start seeing some rise if it's turned on. Yep, there it is. We'll start seeing some rises. There we go. And now we're getting close. Now we're well within a quarter mile. And there you go. Now we start picking that one up. Boom. Residential area right there. People are living in this. There are little children with their beds bathing in this every night. Okay, now I'm going to keep going for just a few more miles here because we're coming up on a major one that we saw, and not coincidentally, it's right next door to a hospital. So, give me a second, we change lanes. Oh, there's another one. Oh, popping up. There it is. There's that one. It's been one of the big emitting towers that we've seen. There you go. Right there. Look at those numbers, folks. Look at those numbers. Right? And it's directly angled. Now we have another hospital right here, directly angled at this hospital. Can't make this stuff up.
I actually got a meter, and I got one that I'm also going to give away for someone in the next video, so you guys can monitor your stuff and maybe help educate people that live around you, because if we start talking about it and bringing this up, maybe we can slow this stuff down. Okay, because we don't need all these frequencies. This is what's messing us up. Now, if you can just go look this stuff up for yourself, in the area of radio frequencies, exposure to high levels of electromagnetic waves can cause heating of biological tissues, the skin, but also the body internal tissues. This is known as the thermal effect. Now I'm going to show you a clip of Crazy Jane, right? Because anybody who talks about this stuff is stone cold crazy, because you can't wrap your mind around it. But I actually think that she's onto something. She worked in this field, and just at least listen to what she has to say about why they're trying to get in the 5G, what's going on with the nanoparticles in the jab, right? How this all could be part of the infrastructure, and how your body is now the antenna.
To make a gazillion signs, I've had to come back out here over and over again, and I've been trying to figure out why it is, there's my phone, that nobody else seems to know these things, okay? This is my great uncle's folder from Shepherd Air Force Base, and I also go over his old notes with flux density notation with mercury and whatnot. Why? So that people understand that this has been going on for a really long time. So tell me how your phone works. When you click a button and you send an email, you don't see the email leave the phone. It's a wireless, invisible signal, just like your body. It's a body part. So when I worked at UW Whitewater, for my job, I found IBM software that they alleged was also used way back when Fauci and them wanted to get their shit off the ground for attacking the human immune system. Well, if you don't know that the human immune system is 80% your biofields, you called it the aura, you called it stupid. Yeah, I know. That's because 6,000 years of human telemetry, chiropractic, and the rest of it for your circulatory system just magically disappeared. Nobody has any idea what's going on. That was 6,000 years of the human circulatory system. You call it chakras. Yeah, they call it aim and fire. 150 years ago, Aleister Crowley and people, yeah, nothing's real except what you can see. There is no biofield. There's no cymatics, there's no radionics, there's no plasmonics. There's nothing except what you can see. Well, that's a body part that's responsible for 80% of our immune system. How do we know for sure? The definition in Children's Hospital, the organs and tissues that comprise the immune system, the thymus, the bone marrow, the lymphatic, your vessels, your spleen, and your skin. And so I'm like, yeah, the human biofield being watched by Project Salus. So the human biofield is the aura, is your W band, 802.15.6. Department of Defense Directive 3000.09, everything is autonomous. Those of you on radio frequency, yet again, that don't understand that we're playing around with the particulate in the atmosphere and perturbating the human biofield with the Doppler. Okay? And we're not talking about any of that. We're not talking about geoengineering and weather control, and all these systems work together. When I log into your body, I'm looking at multiple manifolds, torus manifolds, and then I'm using mathematics to log into your cell structure with something called biophysics. Opto-array, electronic, photonic, moving your cells around with pressure, temperature, and physics, physical, biophysics change. I'm logging into your body with radio frequency directly. This is how AI precision healthcare is offered. And I'm going to show you the bigger sign here in a minute. Step 1. Since 2005, any little nerd who could code in Zigbee and Bluetooth for light switches since 2005 is working with these biosensors, K-hop nearest neighbor routing, dynamic channel allocation, thermodynamic routing, right there. You can go look it up. Open shortest path first, body to body. How did I find it? Cybersecurity for the new digital ID and the 6G low personal area network. Machine to machine, no human can crack it or de-encrypt it or encrypt it. And it's ad hoc, vehicular ad hoc or whatever. And then the body is what sends the signal. Now, the moment that I found this mathematically, by the metrics, I had a shit fit because I'm like, how in the hell are you using the human body for that? Anybody got an autoimmune disorder out there? You ever wondered why they can't fix it? Okay, maybe I should get that other sign back here for a second. Where's your immune system? 80% of your immune system is in that field. Am I able to electronically log into you and change out the cellular homeostasis of your electrical cell structure to decouple, uncouple the cellular state? Now, where did I get this from? Tufts University, Dr. Michael Levin. Life extension, synthetic biology, immortality research. Now, guys, when you get rid of our wireless body part and you tell everybody nothing exists except what they can see, you get rid of frequency, oscillation, cymatics, the power of sound, optics, radionics, and anything plasma derivative. Good job. Because they connected this wireless body part to telephony in 1922, and they've been doing anything they want to ever since. You didn't tell anybody about synthetic telepathy in 1995. You didn't tell anybody about the wide body area network. You didn't tell anybody about the biosensors, so our youth have been biohacking. Yeah, because the Project Looking Glass, yeah, routing radio frequency through the body, 802.15.45 and 6. Routing radio frequency through the human body. Through the human body. Through the human body since 1995.
Reported symptoms of over EMF exposure include headaches, anxiety, suicide and depression, nausea, fatigue, and loss of libido. So just think about everything for just a little bit. I'm going to send the link out to the videos and everything else coming up shortly. If you want to get a link and you want to get some more information, go to offgridwithdougandstacy.com, fill out the box, and we'll send you out the emails. I'm about to send out the patent email. The Rockefellers, I showed it in a video. I'll leave a video link in the description down below under the comments. You can go watch the video. In the video, the Rockefeller Institute in 2020 filed for a patent which uses frequencies, okay, radio frequencies, to move nanoparticles in the jab, okay? I mean, I wish this stuff wasn't true, but this is all legit paperwork, okay? So I'm going to send that out to you now. I'll send this other one out in a day or so, and we're going to kind of keep talking about this stuff because it's very, very important. Nanoparticles, the aluminum, all the other chemicals that are dropping from the sky. Man, you cannot make this stuff up.
The signature reduction force the people in the white vans a job and a pension. I have longer videos to prove that out. Local logistics started hybridizing themselves with transhumanism. In the 90s, you had non-invasive N3, library access, NIST, NASA, and brain-to-brain web portals. 1995 in Congress. You think they knew? Then in 802.15.4 becomes commercial to all the little nerds in 2005. In 2012, Carrie Majay and group, they all get together and get told, we're doing this, we're going to be deploying in a few years, so get ready. Shut your mouth about anything related to the biofield, just like they took away all of Dr. Robert Young's work in the last 3 years. And then in 2014, brain-to-brain interface became commercially available. Now with all that additional traffic, now between themselves and all the different elites and people that have now thrown in to be transhuman and take over the world, do you think they needed a bigger backbone? Has its own data center. They need to make sure that they can change out everybody on a button press remotely. That way there's no worrying about you fighting them or getting in their way. Would you believe that's what's written inside the Pentagon directive? Because it is. They're not worried about you being able to pull your gun. They're only worried about unintended engagement and loss of control of their drones. Interestingly, the Department of Defense Directive 3009 does not refer to positive outcomes as a design criterion. Department of Defense Directive 3009 defines the goal of autonomous systems to avoid negative outcomes, unintended engagement, or experience a loss of control. 2012 for implementation on the 8th of May 2017. And the wide body area network since 1995 and your biosensor since 2005 means nobody got a choice. We have human body or human bonding communication on the RF. Everyone is now a cyborg with soft robotics deployed with the biosensors that are DNA analyte derivative made out of your tissue, talking to satellites on position navigation and timing, NTS-3 accessible, no GPS needed, inside of your body. Your body is the network. Your body is the node. Your DNA is propagating the signal. No tower required. And they purposely practice wireless tissue engineering. That means suppressing your growth, your internal organs, and stunting your brain tissue. No maybes. So if we're actually going to find a way through this, we need people to be honest about what's already been deployed and what is in play with the wide body area network.